What, walk me a while?
Yeah. Yeah, I do, Pete.
You boys are the answer. The long walk.
How's it going out there, YouTube land and also social media lands? Welcome to an all new video. In this video, we're doing a movie review of a new film that just came out a couple weeks ago and is based on a Stephen King novel. So we're going to get right into that. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and any other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms, such as X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Patreon. Pretty much post on these regularly, so definitely check them out. And as always, people, too, don't forget about checking out SWB Sabers, where you can get actual replica sabers for a good price. So definitely check out that link, too. As always, let's get right into this. So welcome one and all to an all new video. So like I was saying before, we're doing a movie review of a newer film that came out a couple weeks ago and is based off of a Stephen King novel called The Long Walk. Yeah, The Long Walk. Yeah. So The Long Walk, which is based off of a Stephen King novel, is a really great film. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fantastically done. I enjoyed every aspect of the film. I thought it was an interesting concept. I didn't like that they did vert from the novel itself and change some things around. But other than that, I thought it was really done well and had a really great film. And I really enjoyed just everyone that was in it. They all worked really well together. They all played the characters very well and were really fun and just really kicked butt and gave us this really fun, fantastic film, which some would probably find maybe boring because it is just about people walking and kind of the craziness that ensues while they're walking. And I was really impressed with how entertaining and how engaged the film kept you, and it kept you interested. You never felt like it was too long. You never felt like there was dead air. There was always constantly something going on that kept the film really fun and enjoyable, and I really enjoyed that. And I thought that everyone in it did a really fantastic job as well. Everyone played really great characters, bad guys and, you know, good guys, and etc. The whole thought process was done well, and I just thought it was beautifully directed and just really entertaining and so much fun. And I walked out going, wow, this was really fun, and I'm really glad I got to see this on the big screen. And it just was really fun. And I mean, if you have read the novel, which is definitely different than the movie itself, but overall the same premise is pretty basic throughout the whole entire film, and they do coincide pretty well. Now, this film has to be directed none other by a great director who I absolutely love things that he directs. He's always been a really great director, and I just always enjoy the aesthetic, the things that he looks to aim at to give you and present in his films. And that, of course, is Mr. Francis Lawrence! Oh yeah, Francis Lawrence! Woo! Francis Lawrence! Yeah! Francis Lawrence is a great director. I love everything he's done. He is just an absolutely fantastic director. I love the direction he always takes his film in. I love the presence, everything he brings to his films are just always on point. And I just really enjoy, too, that he has a really great eye and knack for bringing his films to life in a very cinematic and very great way of keeping things to its source material, too. And I like the direction usually he takes things, and because even if he doesn't do something that's exactly how the book presents it, he at least does it to make it more interesting and more fun, and I think that's what he does overall with The Long Walk. And I think that he's just one of those directors that really knocks it out of the park. He knows horror. He knows it very well, and he always delivers on giving us these really fantastic films. Now, with The Long Walk, I really enjoyed just kind of the whole presence he kept it. I love how he kept it fast-paced, but at the same time, he drew, time with certain things to really get you to understand. I like what he did with the actors. I like how they had them present themselves and how it was really fun and interesting. And I enjoyed that he really delivered on it and gave us this really fantastic, version of this book that, has been considered a classic novel for all these years. And I also just enjoy what Francis did with the film, too, giving us that great aesthetic look. I love the lay of the land that he took. I love the look and presence of it. I enjoyed the scenery and the areas he decided to film in, and I think that he did such a great job with such a great cinematographer that the whole film flowed very well too. And just Francis did a great job of giving us a really well delivered film. Now, if you haven't seen anything else Francis Lawrence has directed, definitely a great film to check out of his that I really enjoy. It's a great film that came out a few years ago called Constantine. Yeah! Constantine. Yeah! Constantine is such a great film. One of those really well done films that's based off of a comic book from DC. And he just absolutely delivers with that film. From the beginning to end of that film, it's on point. The actors that were selected, the actresses selected, were all amazing and perfect for their roles. I mean, Keanu Reeves as Constantine was amazing. I loved Shia LaBeouf's character. Rachel Weisz, of course, was in it. She was amazing as her characters. And, of course, you had Peter Stormare. You had Tilda Swinton all playing these great characters as well that all delivered their characters. And he got great performances out of all of them. But I loved how he kept the film so edgy and so fun and so close to the actual material, but at the same time took a few liberties to really enhance it and give it even more effect, and he did that flawlessly with that film, and it just was so damn good. If you haven't seen anything Francis Lawrence directed, definitely check out Constantine. He did an immaculate job with that film. But overall, I really enjoyed what he did with The Long Walk. I thought he made a fantastic and phenomenal film. I think it was a really great iteration of the book, and even though the ending was not exactly how I would have liked it, it still was a very impactful ending that he still gave us a very interesting, take and different take that really made it very enjoyable and very interesting. Overall, I think Francis did such a phenomenal job with this film and just gave us a knockout film that, is going to go down and be a great cult classic. If you haven't seen anything Francis Lawrence has directed, go check out Long Walk in theaters now. He did a really phenomenal job. So this movie has a really great cast, a lot of up-and-coming newers, and a lot of them have been a few other films that have been absolutely fantastic in, and I think all of them delivered very well in this film and were exactly what this film needed. And I think all of them just really did a great job of giving us a great, from book to screen versions of these characters that we have not seen in, video form. And I think all of them just do a great job of giving us a really well-rounded characterization, but at the same time made the film very entertaining, very enjoyable, and just really play the characters very well. So to start us off is none other than kind of like the lead main character himself, Mr. Cooper Hoffman! Oh yeah! Cooper Hoffman! Woo! Cooper Hoffman! Yeah! So Cooper Hoffman, you might recognize as the son of the late great Philip Seymour Hoffman. You might recognize him for a few other things over the years. And he is just becoming a really fun actor, and this was actually one of the first films I ever saw him in. And I really enjoyed him. I thought he did a fantastic job. And I loved what he brought to it. I loved how he delivered it. I liked how he played the character. I liked how he interacted with the other characters throughout the film. And I just think he really shined and showed his great, amazing, kind of the talent he got from his dad. Because Philip Seymour Hoffman was such an amazing actor, and he always delivered and was awesome in all different types of roles. He could play a really serious bad guy, he could play a really comedic guy, he could play like down on his luck loser, and I feel that's what Cooper has. Cooper has that same feeling and awesomeness like his dad, and I saw that in his performance in The Long Walk, and I thought that was really fantastic and really well done, and really shined in his performance. And I think that as time goes on, he's going to become a really awesome actor that we're going to want to see in more things. And I think that this film really shines what he has to deliver, and he did an absolutely fantastic job. Now, if you haven't seen Cooper Hoffman in anything, definitely a film to check him out in. It's a great film that came out last year called Saturday Night. Yeah, Saturday Night. Yeah. So in Saturday Night, he plays one of the people that was a part of Saturday Night Live in its very first opening episode in 1975 on October 11th. And it's just an absolutely fantastic performance, and I really enjoyed Cooper as the character. I thought he did a really great job. I liked that he really shined in his dramatic element of acting. And I just think overall he just did a really great job of giving us a really fantastic performance that really shined and really showed that he has some acting ability like his dad. And I loved his iteration of his character, his actual guy that he played from Saturday Night Live himself. and one of the guys behind the scenes. And he just played it very well. He played it. He gave him such a great kind of like thought process to give you an idea of who he was back in that time. And Cooper did a great job of showing us that and giving us that really great bravado and just enjoyable fun. And I just really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen Cooper Hoffman or anything, definitely check him out on Saturday night. He did a great job. But overall, he was absolutely fantastic in, you know, The Long Walk, and I think he was a really great lead and just made the film very enjoyable. If you haven't seen him in anything, check him out in The Long Walk in theaters now. Give it a whirl. So that brings me to the next actor I like to talk about that was in this film, and that is none other than another one of the main leads in the film that ends up making it to the end, and that, of course, is Mr. David Johnson! Oh yeah, David Johnson! Woo, David Johnson! So David Johnson, you might recognize for a few things over the years. He is an English actor, and he has recently become kind of like a new and upcoming actor that has been in a few things and has made some waves, and is a really great actor. I really enjoy him. I think he has a lot of really great acting chops and plays his characters really well to the T. And I really enjoy just everything he brings to his characters, and he always brings really fun things to his characters. And he can play all kinds of different roles. And I love the presence that he feels and how he makes himself seem like he's very much like the older brother in majority of things. But at the same time, he looks young enough to be the same age as a lot of these kids as well. But, you know, overall, I think that David does a great job of bringing to life his characters and just plays them really well, and is a very unmarked talent that I think that we'll see going down the road. He's going to become bigger and bigger and be funner. Now, with his character in The Long Walk, I really enjoyed it. I was really rooting for him throughout the whole entire film. I really enjoyed his character. I liked his relationship with Cooper Hoffman's character. I liked his relationship with everyone else and kind of how he interacted with everyone. And I liked that he played kind of that, like, older kind of brother type of love type of thing. And he played it very well and gave us a really great performance that I think should get some really great, you know, accommodations for how amazing he was in this film and how he did it so well and how he was really awesome and just really shined his talent, and he made such a great, you know, kind of like presentation of his character and really shined it through the book and really gave us an idea of who that character was in the book that was really entertaining. But if you haven't seen David Johansen, anything, definitely a film to check him out in that I really enjoyed him in. Is a great film that came out last year called Alien Romulus. Oh yeah, Alien Romulus. Woohoo! Alien Romulus is such a great film and is a really great addition to the, you know, Alien franchise. But David Johnson in that film as the you know, droid was absolutely amazing. He was so on point. He played it flawlessly. He felt very blank throughout the film, but at the same time, he played the character with such ease and so well. And I just really enjoyed what he brought to it and how he was very, you know, he seemed like he had been playing this character for years. He just was that good at it. And I loved how he interacted and how he portrayed all the different things along with the other characters throughout the film. And he just really delivered on giving us a really solid, you know, droid performance that, you know, I think rivals even Ash or even Michael Fassbender's version of a droid. And I think that he really developed and really evolved in his character throughout the film and really shined his acting talent and how he has some really great bravado behind him, and that we should be on the lookout for more from him because he's just that good. And he played that character flawlessly, and I really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen, you know, Mr. Johnson anything, definitely check him out in Alien Romulus. He did a really phenomenal job. But overall, I thought he was really phenomenal in Long Walk, too. I really enjoyed him. I thought he did a great job and just was really entertaining and fun. And I think overall, it just was a really well-done performance by him, and he really accompanied Cooper Smith's character, or Cooper Hoffman's character, and really developed and really gave us a great presentation of who that character is from the book. And I thought that he did a really phenomenal job. If you haven't seen David Johnson anything, go check him out in The Long Walk. He was absolutely fantastic. So that brings me to the final actor I'd like to talk about that was in this film. And that is none other than the main kind of villain of the film, Mr. Mark Hamill! Oh yeah, Mark Hamill! Woo! So Mark Hamill, of course, you might recognize as the voice of the Joker. You might recognize him for a slew of things over the years. He's played in several other films and stuff like that. He was in Kingsman. He was in, you know, several things over the years. And he just is a fun actor to watch. I mean, he does a really great job as his characters. He always plays really good bad guys. He plays good guys. he plays all kinds of different characters very well and is always enjoyable to watch. And I think that he has a really great bravado about him that is, usually he's not like anything that great, but at the same time, he does a good enough job to make it very entertaining and fun, and I think that's what he brought to his character in The Long Walk. He played that character very well, his voice was on point, he really brought it to life and gave us this really energetic character that was really bad guy-ish, and he just played the character very well to T, and you're just like, the whole movie, you're like, this guy is a total asshole. And you're just like, I hope he gets his comeuppance by the end of the film. And, you're just wishing for that throughout the whole entire film because he's just such an evil guy. And then you end up finding out more and more about him throughout the film, and you're just like, ooh, this guy's even worse than you thought. And Mark does such a great job of bringing that to life and giving us this really, like, oh, I'm a sophisticated military dude, blah, blah, blah. And just acts like he's so, in the know of everything and, like, in charge. And I just don't think that, it always plays off to his advantage in the film, but overall I think he does a good enough job to get it across and be entertaining, and I think that Mark does a decent job doing that throughout the film, and I think that he ends up playing a really good bad guy. Now, if you haven't seen Mark Hamill, I think definitely great films to check him out, and is a great series that started back in 1977 called Star Wars! Yeah, Star Wars, yeah. Of course, him as Luke Skywalker is always going to be his greatest role ever. Was it the greatest performance? No, but at the same time, he still was awesome as Luke Skywalker. And he's always been a joy to watch in his, performances as Luke Skywalker from the first original 3 films. And then, of course, we got to see him in the most recent, trilogy, portraying the character again, and, he just always will be Luke Skywalker, and I think it'll be always his best performance, and I always enjoy him as that character, and I think he does a really great job as that character enough to be very entertaining and a great part of that great franchise. And I think that was really his strongest suit, and really he hasn't done anything that I think even, equates to that except for playing the voice of the Joker. And I think that overall, his Star Wars performance as Luke Skywalker is his ultimate best, and definitely something you should check out because those films are the best. If you haven't seen Mr. Mark Hamill and thing, definitely check him out in the Star Wars films. He did a really fantastic job as Luke Skywalker. But overall, he was a great enemy, great bad guy in this film, and he was very enjoyable in this film and a good addition to the film. If you haven't seen him in anything recently, go check out Mark Hamill in The Long Walk. He did a great job. So what is The Long Walk about? Basically, the premise of the story is there's this annual walk that basically people can participate in if they get selected. And basically they walk until they're the last one standing. And it's a tradition they've been doing. They live stream it or they film it. And basically whoever is the last person standing gets to have whatever they want in the world. And it's provided to them by Mark Hamill's character. And basically the film is about this one particular long walk that ends with a great victorious thing and ends up getting, kind of a resolution to something that's been coming for many, many years of this long walk thing. And basically it's just about that and kind of the turmoils of that and how people, what happens to them as they do this long walk. I think it's a really well done film. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fantastically done by Francis. I really enjoyed just everything about it. I thought it was interesting. I think it's fun. I think the only thing about it was why were they showing them the people having to poop? I think that was kind of stupid to show because we know they're going to have to do it, but why did you need to show it? But other than that, I still think it was an absolutely fantastic film. Very enjoyable, entertaining, great action, great story. Well done by everyone that was involved with it, and I think it was a really great adaptation of Stephen King's novel. If you haven't seen The Long Walk yet, go check it out in theaters. It's worth the watch. I give this one 10 golden movie boxes up. Can't wait to add it to collection. If you haven't seen it, go check it out now. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, also thank you for subscribing. If this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any other new videos you might not see mine yet. As always, people, huge shout out to my subscribers, new and old. Thank you so much for being about the channel. But if you really want to help the channel out, help me exceed, make better videos for you, stuff like that, please think about checking out my Patreon page and becoming a member. Because once you do that, you get all kinds of extra crucial you don't get here on my YouTube channel, such as outtakes, bloopers, stuff like that, merch. You also get a chance to select a movie for me to review just for you as well. So that's something to look at. It also helps this channel out. It helps me to improve my technology to make better videos for you guys. As always, catch you in the next one.